Hi guys, welcome to this video. I do apologize for disappearing for so long. I was initially burnt out due to work and having family over, which then turned into some of my recording equipment not working. And then I was traveling. A heads up with videos going forward, I haven't yet sorted out my recording equipment, so for the time being a lot of the recordings will be on the acoustic guitar, including tutorials for songs that I've played on the electric. Today I'm going to be walking you through how I played The Book of Love, a song originally by Peter Gabriel, sung by Taylor Hickson in Motherland, Fort Salem, which is an amazing show. If you haven't already checked it out, I definitely recommend you do. I may have a bit obsessively watched the ending of season 2 just so I could figure out how Taylor Hickson plays it for the show, but let's not get into that. As mentioned previously, I do sometimes slightly change up the way I play songs, therefore there is a possibility that this will be slightly different from the recording done before, which I have linked in the video. Right, this is actually quite a simple song. Someone was asking me if it's beginner friendly. I'd say yes. It is a finger picking song, but because the pattern is repeated throughout and there are no changes or anything crazy going on, it's a nice one to break you into finger picking style of playing the guitar and just practicing where your hands are on the guitar at all times. So I've got the capo on the first fret, the song's in the key of A, and for this song I will be playing the A chord with my second, third and fourth finger. And the reason I'm doing that is so when I move and switch about notes and chords, I always know where my hands are and I'm not having to move my entire hand and all my fingers and get lost, basically. So I'd say a good anchor position is your A chord with the second, third and fourth fingers. Following that, we have the second bit, which goes into your A suspended 4 position, which all you have to do is slide your fourth finger into the third fret. So that's all you kind of have to do, and you've got your next bit sorted. The other sort of chord that comes into play is your A major 9. And if you look at how my fingers are sitting already, my index finger is sitting on the third string of the first fret, and I'm just kind of going to leave it there because when you take off the third finger, you've got your A major 9. Now, technically you could remove just the third finger, but that's quite uncomfortable for me, so I tend to take both off when playing it. So that's what your left hand is doing. What your right hand is doing is picking strings. I will be using my thumb, my index and my middle finger to pick the strings. So my thumb would sit and play the 2 bass notes, the open A and the D string, so your 4th and your 5th string. My index finger is there to play the third string, and my middle finger is there to play the second string. I will be keeping my ring finger on the first string, but that's more for comfort. It's not going to be doing any sort of playing. Okay, so I'll divide this into 4 bits, and I'll go through them slowly for you. Hopefully you'll be able to follow along. So the first bit, you're playing your open A. And following that, with your anchored A position, you're playing the second and fourth strings together. So if I, for now, just move my index finger and my ring finger out of the way, that's the strings you're playing. So you're picking them with your middle finger and your thumb, and it should sound like this. So when you put that together, it should sound like this. After that second bit, we've got the A suspended 4, and as mentioned earlier, you're just moving your fourth finger into the third fret and you're picking the same strings. So you start off with your open A, and then you've got the same 2 strings. Now when you put all those together, bits 1 and 2, it should sound like this. Then we move on to bit number 3. This is where your A major 9, your first finger in the first fret, becomes very, very useful. So you'd start off with taking off your third finger, and now your index finger will be plucking the strings. So again, open A first, and this time you're picking strings 3 and 4. The fourth bit is adding back your third finger onto the same third string in the second fret, and then repeating again. So when these 2 bits are played together, it should sound like this. And when you put all 4 bits together, this is what you're hoping to achieve. And that pattern continues throughout the song, which makes it very easy to remember, very easy to practice the slight movements of the left hand and how to anchor your right hand and use more than 1 or 2 fingers to pick strings. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but I do let certain bits ring out a little bit more, especially bits numbers 2 and 4. So I'll play a little bit for you and I'll highlight where I've let it ring out. So I'll let that one ring out, and I'll let that one ring out. So that's basically the song. Initially, I found it quite difficult to play and sing along at the same time. It may be worth practicing with a metronome to get the timing right, because timing is quite crucial in this song. If anyone here practices with a metronome, do let me know if it's easier or not. I don't practice with one, and I could be talking out of my backside. As mentioned, I sat and listened to this song, had it playing in the background, and worked my way up that way. In terms of the lyrics and where the verses start and end, what I'll do is I will link the tab I've used as a reference into the description box, so you're able to tell at which notes the verses begin if you plan to sing along to it. Just bearing in mind that the tab that I've used has an A minor in it. Now, in my opinion, I don't think an A minor fits into the song, but again, that's just my opinion. It doesn't sound right, but for someone else it might. I'd rather the A major 9, so if you want to play it like me, I'd suggest you follow along by keeping your first finger on the 3rd string, but in the 1st fret rather than on the 2nd string, which would make it your A minor. But yeah, as I said, that's just my opinion. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful and easy to follow along to. If there are any others you'd like me to make a tutorial of, leave it in the comments of this video, or if it's a song I've already done, leave it in the comments of that. And if you've got any questions, feel free to ask, even if it's on Instagram. I may not post often, but I do still have a look at that as well. So happy playing, and see you guys.